You guys had some answers? You guys had some questions. I have some answers. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melissa and we haven't done a Q&A in quite a while. So we are going to do one today. I didn't get a ton of questions, but I got enough and we are going to go right through them. Question number 1. I find you to be positive and inspirational. Thank you. That is so awesome. What a compliment. So as a mom, how do you unwind at the end of the day? How do you find time for yourself to do your own thing? Okay, so how do I unwind as a mom at the end of the day? I like to read. I have my Kindle right here. I'm a huge reader, but to be honest, as a mom, it's really hard to unwind. You're constantly listening. Is somebody fighting? Does somebody need something? Is somebody having a hard time? You're constantly aware of other people and what's going on in your house, especially with your kids. So it's very difficult for me to unwind, but I find 2 things help me. Being out in nature, even if it's just sitting outside, really helps me to unwind. And then, as I mentioned, reading is my favorite way of pastime to unwind. The second part of the question is, how do you find time for yourself to do your own thing? My kids are older. I have 9 kids total, but we are a blended family. So 5 of the kids are my husband's kids, 4 of them are mine. My oldest kid of my own personal kids, I'm not comfortable talking about my husband's kids on the internet, so I'm just talking about my kids. My oldest kid is 15, almost 16. My youngest is 10. So they're old enough now where they're not constantly needing attention. They're not I'm not playing with them. I'm not playing Barbies with them. I'm not playing monster trucks with them. I'm not playing action figures with them. They kind of do their own thing. The boys are really into video games right now. They also watch anime. They also play games together. My oldest daughter is a reader as well, so she likes to read. She just recently got started watching, what is it called? Why am I blanking on what it's called? She's watching Walking Dead. She just got into Walking Dead, which is something I watched when it first came out. So we've been connecting on that level. And my other daughter, she actually plays games with the boys as well, but she's also in after school functions and after school activities. So your question was, how do you find time to do your own thing? I find time now that my kids are older to do my own thing because they're doing their own thing. Otherwise, there's just no time to be had. You would have to find a babysitter or your husband would have to stay home and watch the kids while you do your own thing. But for the most part, because my kids are older and they're doing their own thing, I have time to do my own thing. So it really does revolve around their schedules. Question number 2, when did you start buying luxury bags and which was your first bag you ever bought? So I actually started buying luxury bags because I was getting married. And I really wanted a pair of luxury shoes that I could wear on date nights with my husband after we got married. That didn't end up happening. We spent about $30,000 on our wedding. We splurged in some areas, but my wedding shoes were they were a splurge. They were like $300, but they weren't a luxury shoe. But that's what got me into luxury because I was researching, I was watching luxury videos, and I came across Amber Ashley's channel where she shared lots of beautiful handbags and things. So for our 1-year wedding anniversary, my husband bought me the Louis Vuitton Vauban PM bag. I just recently sold it and I sold it to my daughter-in-law. So it's kind of stayed in the family, which is pretty cool. So that is the first bag that somebody else purchased me for luxury bags. The first bag that I purchased for myself was actually the YSL college bag in opium red. That bag is absolutely stunning. I have the YSL college bag now in the Blanc white or vintage white. Different stores call it different things in my experience, but I love that bag. It's stunning. I ended up trading my opium red one because I was finding that I was only wearing it with specific outfits, and I knew I wanted to go for the white one. But that's the first ever luxury bag that I ever purchased for myself. And the second bag that I ever purchased for myself was the Valentino Rockstud Spike bag, because I saw it on Jaclyn Hill 10 plus years ago and I absolutely loved it on her. And when I saw that they were having it for 40% off, I had to buy it. So those are the first few luxury bags that I ever owned. This next question is, have you reached your goal body composition and what is your plan after that? So for those of you who don't know, I went on a weight loss journey. I took Ozempic. I'm about 40 plus pounds down at this point. I've reached my goal weight. I haven't reached my goal composition. So what I mean by that is I don't have nearly as much muscle as I would like to have. Working out is a huge thing for me. It's a huge goal for me, I should say. It's not a huge thing yet. We're working on it. We're trying to get there. I want to be physically active like I used to be 5 years ago, 6 years ago, around at this point in time. I worked out in the gym religiously every single day. Didn't matter how busy my day was. And then COVID shut down the gym and I just have not been able to get myself in a regular schedule. Now, as far as walking goes, I walk regularly, probably 4 to 5 times a week. I'll do a few miles every 4 to 5 times a week. So every walk is about a few miles, 2 to 3 miles at least. So I really, really enjoy walking. I recently got into HIIT workouts because of my oldest daughter. She was like, hey mom, you should do one of these. I've been doing them. I love them. So I've been really enjoying those. But if I'm being 100% transparent, I've only been doing them like once every 10 days. I'm not consistent yet. I'm working on it. That's something that I really want to get into. Also, I do have some plastic surgery scheduled. I have large implants that are too large for my body frame that I have right now. This was not an easy decision. In fact, before I started losing weight, I had already had the intentions of going down in my breast size. So I have met with my plastic surgeon. I am going down 2 full cup sizes. I am still going to have implants because the way he explained it is it's a more extensive surgery for me and for what I'm working with if I completely do without. And I still did want nice round full breast. I just don't want huge breasts. So that's the plan. We're going down 2 cup sizes. I am going with a higher grade implant. I'm going for a silicone implant. And right now I have a saline implant. So I'm hoping they'll feel a little bit more natural. They'll be smaller. They'll fit my frame a little bit better. At that same time, I am doing a tummy tuck. So I have a lot of loose skin. I've had 5 kids. I have 4 kids, but I've had 5 kids, so 5 pregnancies. My kids were 9-pound babies, between 8 and 9-pound babies. I had really big babies. So I have loose skin on my lower tummy. And would I do the tummy tuck if I wasn't already doing the breast surgery? No. Because I'm already going under, and because my surgeon thinks that I could have really good natural looking results, I decided to do both. But if I were not doing the implant surgery, I wouldn't do the tummy tuck. It's kind of, if I'm not going to do one, I'm not going to do the other. So I decided to go for both. That is going to happen in February of next year, as long as all of my medical tests come back and I'm cleared to do the surgery. Question number 4, what bag would you buy right now if money were no object? I would buy the Loewe puzzle bag in the size small or medium. I would have to try it on and see, but I'm thinking the size small in a beautiful brown shade. I am a sucker for brown right now. I don't know what is going on, but that is what I would buy for sure. The puzzle bag has been on my wish list for years. It's just so expensive and so simple. And you guys, if you look at my collection behind me, I'm not a simple handbag lover. I like details. Like for example, I have this Coach bag right next to me and it has the chain detail. So it really scares me to spend that kind of money on a simple bag. I'm hesitant. But if money were no object, I would definitely buy the puzzle bag in a neutral color, probably brown, maybe gray, maybe cream, something like that, in probably the size small, maybe the size medium, because I do like how the medium's bigger and slouchy, kind of like the Speedy 25. So that would be the bag I would purchase. Question number 5, top 3 wish list items. I don't really have any wish list items right now. The puzzle bag, like I said, would definitely be the bag that I would purchase. My wish list items have been checked off, you guys. This year, at the beginning of the year, I shared with you guys that we were doing home renovations. That was my wish list item. Like, I was so excited, and I absolutely love the way our house has come out. So that's checked off. That would be wish list number one. Wish list number two, honestly, is getting back in health. Getting back healthy, losing the weight, exercising regularly. So that's something that I am working on. It's something that I definitely need improvement on still. Not as far as my weight goes, but as far as working out and being consistent and building muscle and being strong and more active. But it's amazing how much my habits have changed. For example, if I've not done anything active that day, I feel the urge and the energy to get up and do something active every single day. Whether that means getting up and cleaning my house, whether that means going on a walk to the grocery store with my son, whether that means, I don't know, anything, you guys. I just feel the urge to get up and be active, whereas previously I didn't. So that's a huge change in itself already. So getting healthy, the house, and now that I've lost the weight, honestly, my wish list is what I've just shared with you guys about the plastic surgery, mostly the breast. My boobs are too big. I'm a 34 triple D and I'm a size 4. I don't like the way that my body looks with that scenario. So definitely going down in my implant size and going for a more natural look is wish list number 3. Okay, question number 6. What do you think about the newer Dior bags, the Toujours line? I think that's how you say it. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I think it looks really cheap. I don't know what it is about the leather. It just screams cheap to me. The way that the corners are done on the bag very sharply looks cheap to me. And also the way that the handles are flat, they're not a rolled handle, looks really cheap for me. I really like the idea, but I don't feel like it was executed well, and it's not, my money is safe on this line personally. I think that they look like very functional bags. I think that they look like very practical bags. I think that they are stunning as far as the quilting and the way that the leather is, but I feel like the rolled handles and the way the corners are really bug me. And as I mentioned, it makes it look cheap in my personal opinion. So that is how I feel about that particular line. Question number 7, any more home improvements on the horizon? I would love to do our bathrooms. I would love to replace the sinks, the counters, and then retile our showers. I would also love to do our yard. Those are things that will probably not happen for at least 2 more years. My big expense for this year, 2025, was what we already did, which was replacing all of our floorboards, replacing the whole interior house flooring. We repainted the whole entire house. We replaced our doors, and we replaced our, we had our cabinets painted. We also replaced a good chunk of our furniture. So that was a massive expense for us, and I don't think we're gonna do anything, we're not doing anything this year. 2026, my massive purchase is my surgeries that I shared with you. So I don't plan on doing anything to the house. I'm not frugal, but I am in the sense that I don't like to have more than like one big purchase like that a year. So that will be the big purchase. I don't know if I'll even buy very many handbags next year because I do have some other financial goals. And the amount of money I'm spending on my surgery is usually about the same amount that I spend on handbags in a year. So we'll see what ends up happening. But the backyard, for sure, is something that we want to do, especially where I work now, which is a further question we'll talk about later. I can get things for a decent price. So the backyard is probably going to be first, and then the bathrooms. Do you think you'll reach purse piece? I feel like I'm at purse piece right now. My collection is perfect for me. I absolutely love it. I love that I have a handful of luxury bags and I have a handful of mid-range brands that I love so much. I've been really into my mid-range brands. Robianco, I just discovered them, you guys. I am a sucker for the 2 bags that I have. I love their other bags on their website, but there's nothing that I really want. But if they came out with a bag that I wanted and a style I wanted, I would probably purchase something else from them. But I'm going on a tangent. The point is, I feel like I'm at purse piece now, but in my opinion, purse piece lasts for a short period of time until something new comes out or your style evolves and your style changes. For me personally, my style evolves like every 6 months to a year. I was just talking to my husband this morning about how I need to buy new shirts because all of my shirts are like sweater type shirts or cardigans like I'm wearing right now. Those are my style, but other than that, none of my shirts are my style. So I really need to buy new shirts, but I'm trying to hold off because right now I have to buy my shirts in a size medium to fit my chest, and I know that I'll be a size small after my surgery, so I'm trying to hold off. But because my style changes every 6 months to a year, I don't think that purse piece is something that's long term for me. It's just something that happens for a short while, and then I see something else I want, or my style changes, and that's when I sell some bags and get some new ones. Okay, last question. What job do you have without making it too personal? I work for a landscaping outdoor paver company. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So we sell products, we don't actually do the work. And I work with contractors all day long. My customers are mostly contractors. I work for a small family-owned business, so I do everything. I don't have one job title. I do all the sales. I do all of the account receivables. I do all of the account payables. I do all of the bookkeeping. I pay all of the vendors. I meet with all of the vendors. I look at new product. I order product for the shop. I do everything, and I absolutely love it. So that's my job. That's what I do, which is why earlier when I said with our backyard, it will probably be done first. I can get those materials at cost, and then because I do work with contractors, outdoor contractors all day long, I definitely could hire one of them to do my yard. So that is next on the list, is definitely our backyard. Plus our pool is really old and it needs to be redone because the tiles are starting to fall off of it, and it looks very outdated. So anyhow, that is the end of my Q&A. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask down in the comment box and I will try to get back to your questions. If you guys want to be involved in my next Q&A, make sure that you're subscribed so that you see on my community page when I post. And also make sure that you're following me over on Instagram because I do ask you guys questions over there and answer your guys' questions over there as well. If you guys are bored and you have some more time, I'm going to have a video linked here or here. I never remember what side it's on for you to check out next.